Hello friends, welcome back to Pathology Tutorials. Today I am going to talk about neonatal sepsis in peripheral blood smear. Here we will see what are the various features seen in peripheral blood smear in neonatal sepsis cases and how to report such cases. So let's start. Neonatal sepsis is also called as sepsis neonatorum or neonatal septicemia. So what is septicemia? Septicemia is actually a bacterial infection that spreads to the bloodstream. And neonatal sepsis is still one of the leading causes of death in developing countries. And its early diagnosis becomes really difficult because of the non-specific features. So here comes the role of a pathologist, where he can screen peripheral blood smears for neonatal sepsis. However, blood culture is the gold standard for neonatal sepsis, but it is costly and time-consuming. A hematological scoring system was given by Rodwell, where certain hematological parameters were assessed and certain features were seen under microscope to rule out the cases of neonatal sepsis. And what are those parameters? First is leukocyte count. Then next is polymorphonuclear cells and degenerative changes in those cells. And third is platelet count. Now first coming to the leukocyte count. These are the various abnormalities seen in leukocytes. If the count is less than 5,000 per microliter, if the count is more than 25,000 at birth, if it is more than 30,000 at 12 to 24 hours, and if it is more than 21,000 day 2 onwards. All these are abnormalities of leukocyte counts, and each one of the abnormalities given a score of 1. Then coming to the polymorphonuclear cells. Here the total count is given for polymorphonuclear cells and its normal value is 1800 to 5400. If no mature polymorphonuclear cell is seen, it is given a hematological score of 2. And if the count is either increased or decreased, it is given a score of 1. Then coming to the immature neutrophil count, its normal value is 600 and it is given a score of 1 if it is increased beyond 600. Then coming to the IT ratio, that is immature to total neutrophil ratio, its normal value is 0.120. If it is increased, it is given a score of 1. Then the next parameter seen is immature to mature neutrophil ratio. It is normally less than 0.3, and if it is increased or equal to 0.3, it is given a score of 1. Next is degenerative changes in neutrophils. What are these changes? Either toxic granules, either cytoplasmic vacuolization, or Dole bodies. I'll discuss about these changes in my coming slides. And the next parameter is platelet count. If the platelet count is less than 1.5 lakhs per microliter, it is also given a score of 1. So this is a table showing all the criterias with their abnormalities and score given by hematological scoring system. Then coming to the interpretation of hematological scoring system. If the final score is less than equal to 2, then we can report out the case as sepsis is unlikely. If the final score is 3 or 4, we can report it as sepsis is possible. And if the score is more than equal to 5, then the chances of sepsis or infection are very high, and so we should report it out as sepsis or infection is very likely. So there is a minimum score of 1 and maximum score of 8 according to the abnormalities which we just saw in our previous slide. Now coming to the various immature neutrophils seen in septicemia. I'll go through various immature forms of neutrophils, starting from the promyelocyte. This is a promyelocyte, which is a large neutrophilic precursor, and it has prominent intracytoplasmic granules, and it has a perinuclear clearing also. Then coming to the next one, this is a myelocyte. It is also a large cell, but it has oval eccentric nucleus. Next one is metamyelocyte. Its nucleus has a small indentation which gives appearance of a kidney-shaped nucleus, and its cytoplasm is also hypergranular. Then comes the band form. The nuclear indentation becomes more deep in band forms, and the nucleus attains the shape of a band, hence the name. Then comes the various changes seen in the degenerative changes seen in the neutrophils. First is toxic granulation. This is a neutrophil showing the toxic granulation. These are actually irregular violet purple granules seen in the cytoplasm of a neutrophil, and its intensity is also increased, and these granules are unevenly distributed. Then comes the Dole bodies. This is a neutrophil showing the presence of this blue colored oval structure present at the periphery of neutrophil. This is a Dole body. This is another picture of Dole body, and these are the Dole body. This is a Dole body present at the periphery, and these are light blue or blue-gray oval structures. This is again a neutrophil with presence of Dole body. What these Dole bodies are? These are actually ribosomes and endoplasmic reticulum, which present at the periphery of the neutrophil. And these are other than bacterial infections, they are also seen in benign inherited condition called as May, Hagelin anomaly. So these are not specific for septicemia. Then coming to the cytoplasmic vacuolation. This is a picture of a neutrophil with presence of multiple vacuoles in the cytoplasm. This is again a picture where we can see multiple neutrophils. Some are immature neutrophils, some are mature segmented neutrophils with presence of multiple vacuolization in their cytoplasm. So just to summarize the features of septicemia in peripheral blood smear, I can simply say that this scoring system, hematological scoring system, is simple, quick, cost-effective tool which is used as a screening test for early diagnosis of neonatal sepsis. So mind it, this is just a screening test, not a definitive diagnosis for neonatal sepsis. And the definitive diagnosis for neonatal sepsis is blood culture, where we find the positive findings. As we know, newborns, especially the premature ones, are quite prone to bacterial infections. Hence, the timely diagnosis of neonatal sepsis becomes critical, as illness can be rapidly progressive, and in some instances it can be fatal too. Therefore, to avoid the unnecessary and prolonged exposure of antibiotics in neonates, it's very important to screen the cases of neonatal sepsis through peripheral blood smears at the earliest. However, there are several methods which are used for rapid detection of microorganisms in blood culture. These are automated blood culture system, DNO probes, and fluorescent detection system. However, a 6-part hematoanalyzer is also important in such cases, which gives the immature granulocyte percentage and gives a suspicion for neonatal sepsis in such cases. Hope you find this video useful. Thank you.